Awesome. We're recording. So for anyone that is not able to attend or needs to jump off, this recording will be distributed following today's webinar. So welcome everyone. Happy National Small Business Week. We're here to celebrate you and support you. So today's webinar is an effort in doing so. So for those who aren't familiar already, this program today is put on by the NAVGA, SBA Community Navigators Grant Program in partnership with Invest Atlanta, the city's Economic Development Agency, the City of Atlanta, and GMIN, the Georgia Micro Enterprise Network. So huge thank you to our partners in supporting this and kind of bringing us back to the basics of how to get registered with the city. This is key for one, to legitimize your business, but also to unlock several opportunities with the City of Atlanta and Invest Atlanta, such as our Resurgence Grant Fund, which has been extended for applications until May 27th, and our no-cost technical assistance program. So getting that city business license is key for unlocking those programs. We are super thankful to be joined by Daryl Moore today. So he's from the City of Atlanta, the Office of Revenue, as their collection specialist. So thank you so much, Daryl, for joining us. I'm going to turn it over to you to walk us through this business license registration process. For anyone that has questions, the Q&A function is open, so feel free to type those in, and we will address those towards the end of the presentation. So Daryl, floor is all yours.
Again, thank you, Ms. Newhouse, and thank you, Invest Atlanta. And I want to thank the City of Atlanta for giving me this opportunity to present to you how to access InterGov. Again, my name is Daryl Moore. I work with the Department of Finance in the Office of Revenue as a collection specialist. Today, we'll review over the new business license, applying for the new business license, as well as renewing your license and paying the invoice. Let's jump into it. So this hyperlink at the top of the slide, it gives you access into the InterGov Tallahassee system. And once you get into the system, you'll see this page right here. Either you can click on the log in or register button to make sure you can get into the account. And if needed to register your email so that you may have access to the account. Once you're inside, you will put in your email address that you registered with. You'll also follow with the password. If you forgot your password, you will need to put into your email address again, and you will hit forgot password. Once you hit forgot password, a notification will come into your email. Once that notification comes into your email, you will reset your password. Just make sure in this email address box, the email that you put in there, you have access to it in your hand. That's the only way you'll be able to reset your password. If you have never registered with Atlanta Core, you'll scroll all the way down and you'll click the sign up button. Once you hit that sign up button, it's going to ask you to put that email address into the system. Also, it will ask you to create an 8 to 12 character password. Once you create that password, you will now have access to apply, renew, or pay an invoice. So once you're actually inside the site, if you are registering or want to apply for a new business, you'll click that apply button for new business. If you want to renew your license, you'll click the renewal button. And if you want to pay an invoice, you'll click the invoice. But be sure when you click the invoice button, make sure you put the INV dash A lot of customers just put the numbers in and it'll come up like invoice have been never been paid or unpaid because there's no information on it. You have to put the INV dash. Applying for a new business. Once you click that apply new business link on the website, you will see this following. Once this application assistant come on, you will type in the business type of that you desire. If it's retail, you'll put retail inside the search box. And the application assistant will actually find the business for you that you may apply for. And this is an example of what you will see once you type it in. See, if you type in retail trade, this was general business license retail trade would have came up. Only thing you would have to do is just press the apply button. Once you apply, it will ask you to select the company type. If you're a corporation, a general partnership, a limited liability company, or a nonprofit, or sole proprietorship, you will click those once you select the company type. Once you finish, you'll click this plus sign to create the new business. Once you see this icon shows that you would need to indicate the business location. Once you indicate the business location, the GIS system will find the business. If not, you will need to enter it manually. Inside the new business application, they will ask you for a business description. Make sure all highlighted red asterisks are filled out, and please make sure you ensure the business description is inside of it. If not, the application will not go forward. The next slide, it'll show you that you need to select your industry classification. Once you select your industry classification, you can click this button and you can type in a search word, a code word, whether it's a food or restaurant, electrician. This hyperlink will show you, give you a list of things that you can apply or add to the cart. And again, all red asterisks must be filled out in order to go forward. Once you reach this screen right here, they're asking you to upload your saved affidavit, your E-Verify, and your government issued ID. The Secretary of State documentation, those are your LLC papers. In order, again, to go forward, you will need to make sure each item has been uploaded to go forward. Again, applying for a new business license, all red asterisks must be filled out in order to go forward. On this screen, you'll see your gross revenue, you'll see your employees, and you'll see your type of business, that's profit or non-profit. Make sure those areas of the red asterisk areas are filled out, or you will not be able to go forward to submit this application. Make sure you enter your gross revenue. And far as your exempt from E-Verify, if you have 10 or more employees, you are not exempt from the E-Verify, and you will need to apply your E-Verify number if you have more than 10 employees. If the only way that you are exempt from the E-Verify, if you have 10 or less. If you have 10 or less, You can put yes in the box, and you don't have to apply no e-verify number. And at the bottom, that's where your e-verify number goes at. And if necessary, you put the e-verify number there. If you are exempt, and that's meaning 10 or less employees, you can put 0 down there. And once you have completed all the steps, you'll see all green areas highlighted with a check mark by it. If anything that was missing, it'll have a red on there, and it will not allow you to hit this submit button. But once you see all of them highlighted in green and checked off, you can click this submit, and it will give you a GBL number, which will be your new business license number. Renewing the business license. You go on the home page, you click the renew button. Once you click the renew button, your account will come up. Once your account come up, you can click on my work. Once you click on my work, and you're gonna select my license, your license, and you'll see the renew button. And you should be able to hit that renew button. If you don't have that renew button when you click my work, it is some back office work that will need to be done. So you will need to call down, either come down to City Hall, and that's at 55 Trinity Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303. So once you hit that renew button, this is the very next screen that you'll see as you're renewing your business license. All the gray areas you cannot enter upon those areas already has been filled out. But upon the next screen, it'll show that this the same screen, but the bottom half, it'll show that you need to report your receipts. Your reported receipts are your gross receipts, and also known as your gross revenue. Again, your reported receipts are your gross receipts, also known as your gross revenue. And you must, upon renewal, enter that number there. Again, all highlighted areas of red must be filled out to continue to go forward in this submission of renewing your business license. You're going to highlight each area needed for the save form, the e-verify form need to be notarized, it need to be signed. And we would need a photocopy ID uploaded to the site as well. But all e-verify, all saved affidavits would need to be notarized and signed before uploaded. All new businesses would need to upload their LLC. And again, you'll be able to see this screen upon finish, that'll let you overview the information that you just submitted, and then you can click the submit button at the bottom. Paying the invoice. We want you to pay your revenue. So as you click on that hyperlink and the ATL core system comes available for you, you can click the pay invoice icon, and you can find it on the right top side of the screen that say pay invoice. Once you click on that invoice, this is the screen you will see next. Again, make sure you include the INV dash and all the numbers that follow behind, the 8-digit numbers that follow behind. Make sure you include the INV And that's one of our main problems that our customers are having, not seeing their invoices because they did not put the INV dash, then the numbers. So once you put that number in there with the INV dash and your number, you'll hit search. That invoice would come up. And once it comes up, you'll see the pay now icon. And if you would like to print an invoice, you can hit this print button right here to print an invoice. And if you need to hit a pay now, you can hit pay now, and it'll allow you to put your information in, like all your card information, billing. Make sure you fill out each one of these for it will not be rejected or bounce back. And again, I want to thank you today. I do speak on behalf of the Department of Finances and the Office of Revenue. And we are located down at 55 Trinity Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303 at Suite 1350. For additional information, you can contact ATL 311 at 404-546-0311. Again, thank you. I want to thank the city of Atlanta. I want to thank my chief, Chief Lawrence Davis, and I want to thank our CFO, Mr. Muhammad Bala, and I want to thank Invest Atlanta for giving us this opportunity to present our business license process.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Daryl. I learn something new every single time as we go through this. So just want to thank you for going through the business license registration process as part of our Resurgence Grant Fund. And again, this week is part of National Small Business Week. So we do have a ton of great questions in the chat. So I want to make the most of our next 12 minutes. So for anyone that's looking for the link to the ATL Core portal, that has been added to the Q&A. Feel free to click it there. We did have a question about, is this how you set up an LLC or a corporation? So that is done at the state level. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the state of Georgia, but you can certainly register with the state of Georgia. And then this is an additional process to get the City of Atlanta business license. So just wanted to clarify that. So we did have a question as to if an Ohio registered LLC can obtain a City of Atlanta business license. Daryl, you want to address that one?
Sure. By obtaining your LLC with the state or the Secretary of State, you then can go online to the Atlanta Core and you can apply a new business online from your the courtesy of your own home.
Okay.
And just want to
great.
make sure you download all the necessary affidavits that will need to be submitted.
Absolutely. And speaking of affidavits, we've got some questions about that. So what exactly is an affidavit and what is the difference between the E-Verify affidavit and the SAVE affidavit?
Okay, so the SAVE affidavit is basically acknowledging who you are. Basically, it's asking you, are you a citizen? Are you a permanent or a temporary alien, or what, do you have a visa or not? And that's what the SAVE does, is basically just identifying who you are. The E-Verify identifies who your employees are. And based on how many employees, you would need the E-Verify number. There's a process to verify the employees through the E-Verify, and the SAVE is for you, the individual.
Thank you for that. And it's another question that says, I don't have an affidavit. So is this a form that we would download from ATL Core? Is that correct?
Well, you can go on the City of Atlanta website, and that's at www.atlantanga.gov. And you also can go on there and you can go up on the download forms. Once you get up on the download forms, you can go up on the Department of Finance and you can scroll down to the Save Affidavit and the E-Verify Affidavit.
Okay, perfect. And I'm also typing these answers in the chat, so feel free to check back there too. So great question. Do I need to complete the E-Verify process prior to applying for the business license to obtain my E-Verify number?
No, you do not. You can, if you have more than 10 employees, you will need to apply for your E-Verify number before you apply with the city of Atlanta. If you have less than 10 employees, you do not need an E-Verify number.
Perfect. I'm adding that to the chat real quick. The presentation, will that be made available today after today's call? We will certainly share the recording, but we will work that out internally. So thank you, Carolyn, for that answer or question rather. Let's see, let me take a look. Great question. So do we need a separate business license for a DBA? DBA, for those in the audience, is doing business as, even if you have a business license for the LLC.
No, so the business license you have for the LLC is your business license. You don't need a separate license. You just, so Daryl Moore LLC is doing business as Daryl Moore, same business. It's just what you're doing business as. So your, say for instance, your business license is up under your corporation name. It's not what you're doing business as. That still is your business. That business license still in act for Daryl Moore. So it's the same license. It's not, you don't need to.
Awesome. Okay, thank you for that. We have quite a few questions regarding virtual businesses. So with lots of businesses being remote right now, is a virtual address or a mailbox in the city of Atlanta eligible to apply for the business license?
So the city of Atlanta needs a city of Atlanta address. And no, we do not provide license to PO boxes or any other kind of mail servicing boxes in the city of Atlanta because we cannot zone it off at that location. So all businesses that would want to be virtual will need to be a home-based business that you will have to live in the city of Atlanta to even receive a city of Atlanta business license. So you can't live outside the city of Atlanta and want to do business in here and use your Douglasville address. You can't do that. And that's not a home-based business for us. You will need a Atlanta address. And if it's a virtual business that you're doing online, you're using your home address as a home-based business. And going forward, you will need to provide documents showing via a lease that you do stay there. But any virtual businesses will need to be done as a home-based, my advice. No PO boxes. The zoning office don't zone off no anything other than an address, a home-based address. Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. That addresses quite a few questions in the chat. So just to reiterate that, PO boxes or mailboxes are not eligible. The city needs to see either a residential address or a commercial address within the city of Atlanta. So just want to reiterate that for everyone. And this is a great point. As I mentioned, our applications for the Resurgence Grant Fund have been extended to the end of May 27th. A key requirement to apply to that program is having a valid City of Atlanta business license address, and home-based businesses are eligible. So regardless if you have that commercial or residential space, if you're in the City of Atlanta, you can apply. So I want to reiterate that. what if you operate in multiple states? Does that mean you have to have an office space in Atlanta to qualify?
Again, you can operate in multiple states. To have a city of Atlanta business license, you need to have a city of Atlanta address. So you can be in Pennsylvania and wanting to do business in Atlanta. But for you to do that business in Atlanta, you need an Atlanta address to conduct that business.
Absolutely. Okay, great. How long do you expect this process to take for new businesses applying for the first time?
Okay, new business applying for the first time. In office, it's a turnaround time that we try to get a customer before we can actually, before we reach out to them. You know, we got over 50,000 businesses in the city of Atlanta. So, you know, it's a lot of people that submitted that information prior to the people who just submitted now because of the resurgence grants. So, you know, it's almost like you got maybe 3,000-4,000 people that you're seeing, and you know the next person might come in is the 5,000th person. You know, so it's almost like it's a wait period because you know we haven't got to them as yet. So the office is giving them a 30-day minimum to be answered to. You know, it's a lot of people, you know, just now starting businesses, and you know, we want to finish. You know, the people already have business. You want to make sure you get them out of the way too. So it's like we add them to the list and we get to them as promptly as possible.
Absolutely, and we know COVID has certainly impacted. I know a ton of processes at the city, so it's great to now have ATL Core fully online, which I know was launched during the pandemic. So just know that the sooner that you get it submitted, the sooner that it can be reviewed and processed, right? So let's
Exactly.
prioritize getting that submitted.
Yeah.
We have a question specific to Invest Atlanta's programs. So as I mentioned, we have two programs right now, the Resurgence Grant Fund and the ATL and Business No Cost Technical Assistance Program. These are separate. So the Resurgence Grant Fund is the reimbursable grant program of up to $40,000 to cover COVID-19 related expenses. The application deadline for that is May 27th, and you can learn more at investatlanta.com/resurgence. For the technical assistance program, we have 13 technical assistance providers that offer various business development coaching and consultations for marketing, finance, accounting, legal, those types of services. That is offered at no cost to you if you visit atlandbusiness.com. Again, two separate programs, but if you have that City of Atlanta business license, and we can verify that you're located here in the City of Atlanta, you can be taking advantage of both of those programs. I will include the links in the follow-up email with the recording, but hope that answers your question, Andrea. Let's see. A follow-up question regarding the doing business as, and I know we have only a minute or so left. So what if the LLC has more than one doing business as? It is listed on the ATL Core website with the LLC name and has one doing business as already listed, but I have several doing business as and registered trade names.
Okay, so for each one of those, there need to be a license for each one that you're doing business as. You might have the same name. It might be Darryl Moore LLC, but as you're doing business, you can have different names, but you will need to have different licenses as well for each one. And the proper documentation uploaded for each one as well. If I'm answering that correctly, it's basically saying that could you have more than one DBA? Correct?
Yep.
Yes, you
That's
can.
correct.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. If the question has not been addressed, feel free to follow up with myself and we can get that resolved offline. I know that's a pretty specific question. It looks like we're at time and we've gone through all of today's amazing questions. So thanks again to our audience members for participating with these super thoughtful questions. And huge thank you to Daryl Moore for providing this presentation to us today. We couldn't do it without you in the city. So thanks for all that you do. We'll be sending out this recording with more information. So again, happy National Small Business Week and hope everyone has a great rest of their week. Oh, and one reminder, we have another webinar happening this afternoon at 2:30, also with the City of Atlanta, focused on their business certification program, which makes you super competitive for our various contracting and procurement opportunities. So that link to register is still live on the Invest Atlanta website and our social media. So hopefully I will see you all back here at 2:30 for that presentation with the city. So thank you again, Daryl. Really appreciate it.
All right, y'all have a great day.
Thanks, you too.